Sorry about that. Yeah, my audio was super low because for whatever reason, my Stream Deck, my Go XLR, every time I restart my computer, it sets it to 50% gain. It was me, Barry. This is how you prefer me? Seen, not heard. And you wonder why people assume things about you. Goodness gracious. Yeah. So my thighs crash stream, or maybe my shoulders crash stream. I don't know. This is just my casual wear. What do you mean, oh Lord, oh my? You can herd? I'm glad you can herd. So Republic Commando didn't like that. Yeah, you know why people assume things about you. It's because you're dumb. It's because no one likes you. It's because you're awful. However, yes, Rory was in my DMs being like, oh, really? You only played Republic Commando after May the 4th? And then I'm like, yeah, what of it? This is my stream day. Yeah, getting bullied live on stream. Would you prefer I bully you in private? Would you prefer it's just you and me when I bully you? Goodness gracious. You are the CEO of Rock Eating. It's cannibalism, and your chat loves cannibalism, so. I don't know if I should pick back up Star Wars Republic Commando. Maybe I just go back to yapping. It's a little more intimate in DMs, not gonna lie. It's a Revenge of the Sixth still, so it counts. Exactly. Was it an encoder overload? I have no idea what it was. All I know is that Republic Commando crashed and then it did not like it. Don't give me an out. See, this is why I like Quarry. This is why Quarry is like your best mod. Actually, Wanpa is pretty cool. Carson, obviously the worst one. Yes, we have an ad because when stream crashes, it restarts the ads. This is my plan, by the way. I purposely crashed stream in order to get more ad revenue. Tomorrow's simply Revenge of the 7th, and the day after is Revenge of the 8th. See, that's the thing. I can't think of any day that sounds like Jedi, right? Because there can't be Return of the Jedi. Like, no Return of the 8th, no Return of the 9th. Ad maxing as opposed to hag maxing. See, people were calling me a hag earlier. They were just like, oh, you know what Uggs are? You're so old, you're so ancient. Well, Deadeye is not a date. Like if you said like Return of the like Ides of March, that's a date, but that doesn't fit, it doesn't flow. Absolutely hag maxing. Is this a hag outfit? Would you say this is a hag outfit? I don't think it is. Oh, thank you, Stream Elements, for reminding me that I am playing Republic Commando. I feel like this is pretty chill in terms of outfits. That's a I'm not going out today, so screw it outfit. True. My like daily outfit that I wear at home all the time and that like I'm not putting effort in is I just pajama shorts and like a shirt. Oh my gosh. You did not just call me a MILF. I'm not a mother, so I can't be a MILF. It's a well-known feature of how they're depicted between eating children and selling dream pies is that they're covered in denim while doing it. What? But someone wants to call you mommy? Yes, lots of people want to call me mommy. This has been well established. As soon as I added TTS to the stream, people called me mommy. And then someone followed it up by calling me daddy. Which, I mean, like, perfectly balanced as all things should be. But welcome back from the ad, everyone. Like, I don't know. Like, people simply are going to simp whether I tell them not to or not. Boss, mommy, daddy, lich. So many hats. I mean, I'm also... I didn't even ask to be the boss. I'm not gonna lie. My chat just kind of like threw themselves at my feet and they're like, yes, boss, we'll do whatever you say, boss. And I'm just like, what? And they're like, oh yeah, don't worry, we'll do whatever you say, boss. Just point him at him, point him at him. And then I'm just like, okay, go kill that guy. And they're like, you got a boss. Parental figure, but Riz. Glucose Guardian. I found the name of the game after hours of searching. What is it? What is it? Hey, boss. Why don't you go take out them... Why don't you go take out them fishies? Kill the cat purge. Minute Maid Minder. Listen, just because I'm wanna know what it was? It was the day old half a can of Minute Maid lemonade that crashed stream. Maybe I shouldn't have it with me. Maybe it's too powerful. Rory, I'm going to ban you. I lost the game. That's how you know hag maxing. If you know the game, you know hag... Because as far as I'm aware, the game is like a thing from like the 90s. Oh my gosh. The 90s, 2000s. I think it kind of died in like the 2010s. That's my hag tuber. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, reminder. We have a redeem explicitly to banish Rory. My hag tuber can't be... Okay, first off, I'm not cute. Second off, I'm not a hag tuber. Third off, mine? Unless you mean like my Oshi. Which I am curious. I haven't actually checked this. How many of you would consider me your Oshi? Which, for those of you who don't know, let's whip out the Amish paint. Let's whip out the Amish paint. An Oshi is basically someone's favorite VTuber or a VTuber that they really, really like. So basically, if someone is your Oshi, you would consider yourself a fan of theirs. However, I am not really a part of VTubing culture too much. I'm more a part of like VTube. I'm more of a D&D tuber. I'm a little bit of two worlds. So I really don't go into whole like Oshi stuff and like, oh, am I your Oshi? Like, here's my Oshi mark, whatever. But like, it's a very common VTuber thing to be like, oh yeah, I'm your Oshi, or like, you're my Oshi, or whatever. I'm the only one who can claim Arrow as my hag tuber. The rest of you don't even have a snazzy diamond. What does that mean? What does that mean? Haven't been here long enough yet, so soon. Soon! That's fine. Like, I'm not too concerned about being like an Oshi or whatever. That's VTube stuff. I am a primarily D&D tuber who is a VTuber, and there has been stuff that I've been interested in. Like, honestly, I've been more interested in VTube stuff than... Oh, the diamond? Understood. Right. Yeah, you are a VIP, and I will lord this over them. Listen, you might have a diamond. You don't have any protections against getting banned. But with VTuber stuff, there's actually been some stuff. Here's my GM. Yeah, how many of you would consider me like your ideal GM? Like, if we're talking like your D&D tube equivalent of an Oshi, which is like your favorite VTuber, do you have a favorite GM? Do you have a favorite TTRPG GM? You're my hag master? Well, I won't say no to you calling me master, but... yeah, so I'm glad that you brought protection, because you're gonna need it in this fight. Alpha Omega delivers far future post-apocalypse magic using mega city living, alien invading, angel and demon fighting, mutant hiding, monster destroying action in a beautiful package. With very... Oh my gosh, my voice. With very traditional, crunchy game design, players take on the role of a disparate band of people who work together to survive a harsh reality of the future, a cyberpunk, postmodern magic, and post-apocalyptic setting. Okay. All of that sounds really cool. Unironically, that just sounds really cool. That is too many descriptors. Like, unironically, from a marketing perspective, that is descriptor soup. Roshi's currently on a break due to life stuff. Aw. Well, I'm not going on a break, at least. So, at least you have that. For those of you who are like rooting for my destruction, the best I can do is that I am like stepping back from content creation for a bit. But I'm not going on a hiatus. I'm not graduating. I'm not taking a break. But I am going to have to like step back for a bit. I talked about this earlier. You wish your Oshi would go on a break? Isn't your Oshi... Does your chat know your Oshi? Because you've told me your Oshi. The art is very nice. Ooh. Of course, Arrow Chatters would be interested in something with Omega in it. Listen, that's the thing. They were talking to me earlier about like Omega cringe. And I was just like, I've heard this used before, but like, what is the vernacular? It changes frequently. You are quite fickle. Oshi, the boss is coming. You're our Oshi. Oshi, the boss is coming. Okay, that's really cute. Like, I gotta say, I love the fact that I've randomly become your boss and that I was the authoritarian leader to fight against the Union. And I was also like the prophet of the soup. So my hope is to do more cool stuff like that. But like I said earlier, I'll have to wind down on that. Arrow for a war boss. I don't even remember how it happened. Oshi stands for Oshi. So the book. Weird boss arrow guts. No, we're not having arrow guts. Do you want to be our warlord? Do you want to be our warlord? Come on, let's go and crump. I never see you anymore. What would go next? I'm trying to think of how to fit Daka into this. Well, because you don't say war, you say wah, which doesn't rhyme with anymore. I never see you anymore. So let's go wah. Something wah. Let's go crumpy Yumi scum. Oh my gosh, that was like a let's go. That's not an orc voice. That's just like gravel. Oaks. Oh my, Arrow's about to sing Berserker. My love for you is like a truck. Berserker. Immediately, all of the people who watch the 90s anime are just laughing. Anyway, I have to leave to go pack. Yeah, you would leave. When I needed you most. After my stream crashed. After you crashed my stream. Please try to burn the place down when I'm gone. I'll be sure to raid into you so I burn your channel. No. Arrow just did the Gladius line. PTSD. Yeah, enjoy. Bye-bye. Have fun storming the castle. That's a wild thing to tell someone. Like, imagine someone says, like, yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap, and you're like, have fun storming the castle. But he's on vacay, nothing exists on his channel anymore. Exactly. That's why we go to his channel and burn it down. What did you think this was? No, I have not heard of Eat the Reich. That sounds so funny. Wait, isn't technically a Dawn of War voice line, isn't it? Gladius ripped using too many words. So I have total Dawn of War Gladius or whatever. I have Warhammer Gladius. I have never played it. I've played a ton of Dawn of War. I mean, if you want, I could play Dawn of War right now. Like, technically speaking, it says that I'm playing Republic Commando. Let me go back to just chatting. Whoa. Don't you say I don't know Princess Bride. I love Princess Bride. Inconceivable. Never start a war with never compete with a Sicilian when death is on the line. Like, I got you. He's not dead, he's just nearly dead. Don't Don't you come in the young max me. Don't you... I was going to say child max. It sounds very bad. It sounds very wrong. I don't like that. So I got to ask, 1900s or 2000? What for Princess Bride? I think Princess Bride came out in like the 80s or 90s or something, right? Like, Princess Bride release date. 87. Huh. Yeah. I just wasn't sure if it was 80s or 90s because it could have been early 90s. My default with basically everything is, oh yeah, it was like late 90s, early 2000s. That's what I just assume everything was, which is never correct. But although Princess Bride had a very interesting cover, which looking it up now is not the cover that comes up. But the really cool thing about the cover was this one. So if I go back over to main, swap to PC, bro, do your packing. So, oh, I res shoulders. Anyway, you're on in the background, doesn't commit crimes. Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate it. So this is the thing of it. It's like the Princess Bride, right? However, do you see what happens if I flip this vertically? Wait, I also have to flip it. My apologies. Flip it horizontally. So if I just rotate it 180 degrees, it still says the Princess Bride. It's just upside down. These are two reflections of one another. So if I do this, whoop, never mind. If I do this, I will rotate this 180 degrees. Both say the Princess Bride. Like, the title works both directions, as does the background image, because this is a love story. It is a romance where the two people involved go through very different experiences. It is incredibly well done. Yeah, I know what type of lettering it's called. It's called good lettering. Which is also something where, like, it's almost required for the specific word. Like, I don't know how many words you could do this with, but I do know that, like, the N, for instance, which is also like the B, this is entirely added. This is basically entirely stylized. But like, do you see the E's and the S's? The C-E-S-S? This is pretty, like, intentional, right? You can ambigram a lot if you try hard enough. I don't know if I could. I'm not smart enough for that. Respectfully, I am not talented enough at my craft to do that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty thrown off. I want to play more Republic Commando, but I feel as though that was kind of the universe saying, don't play it. I feel like that was the universe being like, all right, you had your fun. Either start shooting or stop playing. It is very cool. So, if we want to chat TTRPGs, we could. Which, you know, I'm always enthused to talk TTRPGs. Alternatively, we could go back to the one game I was playing before, which was the Vegetable Mafia game, the Veggie Gangsters, or we could do something entirely different. Play Commando, otherwise I intercept you. You know what I mean by this. I played Commando and then it crashed. What does Duckborg mean? Oh my gosh, guys, it's raining. It's raining super loud. You were not promised Commando. I made no promises to play Commando. It crashed my entire computer. Yes, back in my day, everything crashed because no one knew how to do anything technologically. You're awful. Do I know Morkborg? No, I don't. Simply don't crash this time. Yeah, you're right. You're so right. All right. If this crashes again, stream's dead. I hope you know. I'm gonna do this. Doom Metal RPG Morkborg, but with more Scandinavian death metal letter. Wait, that does sound kind of familiar now. Like, I don't know it, but like I think I may have heard of it. Is it the sort of deal? As long as Arrow ain't dead. See, I'm worried how much progress I lost, but that is just kind of how it goes in these sorts of games. Are you ready? Don't worry, the speed run is still alive. No one can claim it was spliced. Now let's see if the game actually captures, because it might not. Okay. Let's load game. It's currently not captured. Okay. Can you hear it? You cannot. Let me double check this. If it's gonna crash, I'm gonna be so sad. I'm also gonna blame Rory. I'm gonna say it's Rory's fault. How does that sound? Why does this say it's Balatro? That is not correct. Public commando. The public commando. Okay. Remember, the live stream is live. I'm streaming Commando on the 23rd just to flex on you. Wow, that's so, like, not close to May the 5th. That's crazy. Like, why would you do that? Why aren't you streaming it on May the 5th? Okay. Luckily, I have no idea how much progress I lost. Oh, it's right here. This is not that far back. I can't wait for Rory to judge me for how I play this game, because this entire time, I have really not put in that much effort into playing. And I know he is absolutely the sort of toxic gamer that will go out of his way to dunk on me for suboptimal choices. I'll stream Commando on May the 4th next year to flex on Orson. Thank you.
Awaiting orders.
I appreciate it.
Fire in the hole. Objective accomplished.
But yeah, basically this whole stream of me playing this game has just been me ranting about how much I love it. Oh! Oh, come on. Really? Yes, yes, Scorch, I am sure. Rory just wants to dunk on you. I think he may have an addiction. I think it's more of an unhealthy fixation than anything. Less an addiction, more just cringe behavior. Okay, that one was kind of intentional. So see what happens with this one? And then they just curb stomp him.
Let's form up. We got your back, 3A.
An adduction, you will. But no, I love this game so much. I've beaten this game a couple times now, which is why I'm so excited to just like
take offensive formation.
Let's use back to. I'm so excited to just like do a challenge run for no reason, because who asked for this, right? It was literally like Rory mentioned the other day, like, what, you're not playing Republic Commando for May the 4th? And then I was like, what if I played Republic Commando for May 4th? That was actually my thought process.
Defend this position. Roger that.
Get a sniper.
Let's take it down.
Okay. I think these are proxy grenades.
Weighted target.
Also playing Commando on the 23rd, as May is Star Wars month. Although it was very funny because we were in a call with some people who we know, one of whom is not a Star Wars fan, right? And this friend was just like, I'm so glad I'm not a Star Wars fan, so that no one was bothering me on May 4th to tell me to like play Star Wars games. Because I would have been so annoyed by that. And then I'm just like, listen,
On my way. Hit confirmed.
don't hate the player, hate
Take
the game.
offensive formation. Take up side position on the other side of the shield.
In position.
Arrow was stained before I did the dishes. What does that mean? Your dishes were too dirty, the stain going on Arrow? Y'all are wild. Like, I live my life as a pure creature, unsullied by the horrors of the world. And yet... Oh, it's over there. Whoop! YG Notion. You do like half my health damage. I am unsullied by the terrors of the world, and yet here I am, accosted in my own community, by my own subordinate. I do in fact hate Kane. You immediately told him to play Star Wars games? That's hilarious. I miss when Arrow hosted Lancer. Dang, I miss when I had friends that I could actually rely on. I'm so mean, I'm sorry.
Move out, squad. Let's get out of
But
here.
you did totally just be like, oh, sorry, I won't be able to play Lancer ever. Yes, my schedule. I mean, to be fair, my schedule also very screwed up.
Let's move on.
What's it? Like, jokes aside, I do appreciate that you were very upfront about like, yeah, sorry, this ain't gonna work. Because I would rather that than like constantly stringing me along or something. So I hold no ill feelings towards Rory for this specific issue. However, I hold many ill feelings towards him just generally. Because of course I do.
3-8 to advisor. We need to get out of here fast.
Well, July, I'm super busy, bro.
What's your location?
Yes, sir. Weapon ready.
Some mechanicals ahead.
Ah, LAAT. Love it. I love the set pieces in this game.
Let's move on.
I love the set pieces because they're so subtle most of the time. Not in terms of what they actually are, but in how they're presented. They're oftentimes just background stuff. Like, again, that B2, that the first time you see a B2, it smacks aside two B1s to show its like higher tier. Now that the foundries are offline, Delta Squad must proceed through the hostile territory and gain entry to a nearby separatist vessel. Somewhere aboard are the launch codes for the entire core ship fleet.
Delta,
This game
there's
is
a large
amazing.
anti-air turret up ahead. This is as close as I can get you to your target.
And also like the way it makes you like care about your squad because they're actually competent. I am playing a run to show how competent the AI is, and there's only been a couple times where I was disappointed in them. There have definitely been times where I was disappointed in them.
Any intel on the enemy forces in this area?
The core ship is protected by a large anti-air turret.
Like, y'all, see? And then like just the little animations like that. That's not special. That's not unique. That's not something only this game does, but it's something this game does so well.
All right, let's get to it, squad.
Good luck, Delta. And don't come back without those launch codes. Looks like we'll have to blow through
Like, because I will remind you, this is back when clones had no personality. This is back when clones, like pre-Clone Wars, like just after 2003 Clone Wars, where clones were basically just super soldiers. They were just soldiers that did their job really well. They give Sev, Scorch distinct personalities, Fixers kind of like the balancing act to them.
Delta Squad, let's take it down from
We
here.
sure could use your help, sir.
Hang tight, trooper. Delta Squad on our way.
Got you, bro. I got you, bro. No, my bro. Stop cheering. You're dying.
Direct use of that turret over there.
Talk about a bad landing.
Where's the sniper? Okay, Sev.
This thing.
Let's use this clear line of fire.
On my way.
Okay.
Abandoned turret, Delta.
Ammunition exhausted. Retreating back to...
Like AI was so good. Oh my gosh, I was reading chat. Like AI was so good for a lot of 90s and early 2000s. They have no reason to be dumb these days. Imagine Helldivers with this level of AI. Imagine a squad-based shooter
Clear, you two.
where it's what I was talking about earlier. Imagine Republic Commando, but you're all normal clones.
What kills?
Or what if you're ARC troopers? And it's like Spec Ops? Oh my gosh. I should not be running up and meleeing. It's really not the wisest choice, but it is the funniest option, is to run up and try and melee them.
Sir, I'd love to help, but I'm kind of busy right now. Factor. Now.
Textbook.
Army of two? What do you arc my trooper? I feel like that would cause quite a bit of commotion in our community. Calm down.
Vector proceed, Delta.
On my way. 6-2 has been
Oh
hit.
gosh, these guys. At least now I have like grenades that can
Eliminate target.
hopefully do it. Yes.
Back in, Delta 3-8. Commando healed.
And now 4-0, heal up Scorch. Please, he needs the promotion.
Delta, form up.
Everyone in chat is talking how much they love Clone Wars. I have yet to find someone
Heal up.
who
I thought you'd never ask.
hates the Clone Wars. I knew people like that years ago,
Eliminate target.
but it's been so long, and the Clone Wars has been so like idealized since that I've yet to find people who just like hate the Clone Wars. Which I'm so happy for, because I know that there was a whole bunch of hate for
Eliminate target.
the Clone Wars.
Assume snipe position.
Oh gosh. I got stuck on a wall. But electric type moves aren't very effective against rock type. I had issues with the Earth style for a long time. So if you're talking about Clone Wars like the show, I'm talking about like the general era. I'm talking about the storytelling of that time period. Wait, you up?
07's down. Someone help him. Use some vector, Delta.
I thought you'd never ask, sir. I appreciate
Yep.
the assist. Leader
Nope.
incapacitated. They got me.
Oh no. 6-2. Heal up. Heal up. And now revive me. Revive me.
Sir, you know
You got this.
patience is a virtue.
We got this. You have to take down the entire squad to take down any of us. No, this is not TPK. This is TPK, never mind.
Vital signs
I take
from
it
your
back.
squad.
Okay, let's load a save. That this is fine. Whoop. Oh, I just blowed myself up. Well, so Rory, I could see him being a rock type. I don't think he's ground. Like, he's more into rocks than he is the ground. Or actually, I would say probably archaeologists are more ground than rock. It's geologists, which are rock.
Way to go, boss man. Wounded, but still kicking.
He does dig. He digs me.
Back now.
Because he thinks I'm cool, that's why. Oh my god. This is what happens when I can't shoot.
Vector. Now.
Yes, sir.
Here's some help, 6-2.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
I need help, Commander.
Where even are you? Fixer? Oh, you're all the way over there. That's how you were alive. You were 1v1ing the elite.
Delta squad has been eliminated.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna load my save. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run. Okay. Whoop. Elites are the bane of my existence right now. Because I'm only meleeing and grenading, and they're really good at avoiding both of those things.
Hold it together, Delta.
These insects are getting annoying.
Oh my gosh, they're just bullying
Eliminate
Sev.
target.
Fine shooting.
Okay, cool. The elite is down.
Help on the way, 07.
I think the funniest I got was ground fairy because you're a VTuber. VTubers are not inherently fairy type.
Go help him,
That's
Delta.
silly.
Hold tight, Sev.
4-0, reloading.
Also, ain't no way doing a challenge run before I did. Yeah. Okay, I should not use those grenades. I should stick to thermal detonators because
Heal up, Delta.
Yes, sir.
those grenades, those impact grenades, are really good at taking out elites. They're really my only option. But yes, this is absolutely me doing a challenge run for can I beat. My plan is at least Geonosis, right? My plan is at least Geonosis without firing a shot. I feel like being bi is more psychic than fairy.
6-2, combat ready.
cancel maneuver, Delta. Get yourself
Why?
some vector, Commando.
On my way.
Not doing the entire game in one stream. I was considering it, and then I had really good viewership when I was chatting for like 3 hours, and then I was like, well, if I swap over to the game, my viewership's gonna go down. That was unironically like what prevented me from starting this earlier. And then I played a demo that I got a demo key from some devs rigging it, so I wanted to try that out.
Entering passage now.
Let's just leave that.
Ready harnesses, Deltas.
And then we
Down
repel. This game uses repelling so often, and it never gets old because it's always such like a cool intro to a next level. I love this game so much.
enemy aircraft.
Don't worry. They're not looking for us.
Oh my gosh. What happened is I threw the grenade that destroyed my shields, and then I got attacked from behind.
Isn't a good time now.
Well, yeah. But also, in the same token, they have technology which allows them to, like, survive in the vacuum of space for a time. And do you want to know why clone troopers don't have that? They did. They did have that, and then they stopped using it because all the clone troopers were complaining because they were so bulky. The thing that's so silly about that is that, like, they have the technology, and then the clone troopers complain because they're soldiers. Even if they're clones, even if they're bred for war, they still have, like, wants and desires. So, if it's really uncomfortable to wear all of, like, the gear that helps you survive the vacuum of space, they removed that for Phase 2. Similar with, like, limited jet propulsion.
Watch your back, Delta.
Arrow weak from behind him. I'm not gonna respond to that because no matter what I say is gonna give a wrong impression, and I don't want to misrepresent myself. Repelling is cool. Sexual orientation stint. Rory is very open. I should not have tried to kill. I should have focused on damage on it.
I need help, Commandos.
Yeah, Rory's very open about affecting supply.
Come in, 3-8. I think Delta Squad has been eliminated.
Okay, this one was just a skill issue on my part. This one wasn't even that hard of a fight like the last one was.
Go, awaiting orders.
Yeah, like, I mean, a lot of people I found this, unfortunately, multiple people have assumed that Rory is straight just because he doesn't, like, give off stereotypes of someone who's queer, which is kind of frustrating. But yeah, he's very open about the fact that he's bi. According to Arrow 2 open sometimes, but I'm just jealous. Disagree. When have I ever said you're too openly? Like, listen, are you a hussy? Yes. Are you a harlot? Yes. Does that have anything to do with the fact that you're bi? Not really. Yeah. That has nothing to do with your body count. That has entirely to do with the fact that you're a hoe. Like, listen, I'm not biphobic here. Neither am I slut-shaming. I'm simply teasing you. At least I don't show my shoulders. You know what? I think if you showed your shoulders, your audience would get even more freaked than normal.
Keep them at arm's length, Deltas.
I do have a banished roasting redeemed, but that... I need to stop trying to melee them. I need to stop being an active participant. This is a challenge run. On hard mode. That is literally bi erasure. Okay, you got me there.
Stop limping around and get some
I can't really, like, finagle my way out of that one. The bi erasure of banished roasting. Ow. I say, I need to stop meleeing these guys. Immediately tries to melee these guys. And takes damage. Thank you, 6-2.
Sir, I'd love to help.
For being an active participant is usually a challenge. Uh-huh. Do not speak of things you have no knowledge
Stop limping
on.
around and get some vector, soldier.
Yes, sir. On my way.
Let's take them down from here, Delta.
On my way.
3-8. I want someone who can shoot straight. On my way. Got problems, Delta.
I love how they just, like, if they get... Oh my god, you just sniped me in the back of the head. I no longer feel bad about that time I threw a grenade and hit all three of you. I love how they just, like, explode.
Secure
Right.
that position.
Yes, sir. Property
Kill that
spotted.
bucket. Yes, sir.
Okay. Sev, you me.
Eliminate
Nope,
target.
nope,
Take
Sev, back,
offensive
back.
formation. Delta
Back,
squad
Sev.
forming up. Eliminate target.
Now let's
There's
get
the
those
turret.
melees
Elevator.
in.
Delta 3-8 is down.
It was so worth it.
Hold on, sir.
It was so worth it.
Scumbags first.
Are you insinuating that the boss is a pillow princess? That's a wild thing to say, I hope you know. Because I suppose we can find a giant pillow to carry the boss around if they really need it. That's not where I thought that thought was going.
Retreating back to...
You lose.
Okay,
Let's take
so
them
we
down from here,
have...
Delta.
On my way.
We're
Powering
at the
up.
turret now.
Like, of
Looks
all
like
of the
there's an opening
sentences you
below.
could have said,
Understood.
I was not
Updating
expecting you
mission
to
parameters now. 3-8, make your way
confirm
inside and disable the
if,
turret.
or
Alright,
ask for
squad.
confirmation if
Let's get in
someone was
there and start
accusing me of
breaking
being a
things.
pillow princess.
3-8 behind
This
you.
looks like a good spot to set up. Set up a grenade position here, Delta.
On my way. Destroyed a bed.
Okay, I'll get our flank because no one else will. Oh, whoop! I'm not getting our flank, I'm not getting our flank.
Dispatched one.
Secure that position.
Places. I'm tapped out.
Eliminate target.
Okay, let's just take this out. Oh, I forgot they have shields in this. Okay, Sev.
Eliminate target. Delta, form up.
Sev.
Evaluate.
Sev,
Eliminate target.
attack this boy.
Keep 'em coming.
And then the way their faceplates get destroyed, the more damage they take. I love this game so much. Okay, Sev. Actually, it's probably not even gonna be you.
Getting back to...
Please do fan art of me as just a pillow. Because I'm not a pillow princess, I'm just a pillow. That's silly. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and ask for fan art because I think that's in poor taste.
Cancel
However,
maneuver,
if
Delta.
Rory sits here begging for fan art, I can't argue.
Set up a grenade position
Ideally,
here,
either
Delta.
with a pupper as an arrow pupper.
Look out.
For a second, I thought pillow princess meant something else,
Delta, form
but
up.
now I'm compelled to consider whether I should draw an arrow being carried around in a nasty pillow. Oh, Rory!
Give us some sniping.
After I'm done with streaming, remind me to send you the Gunberus. Someone drew, or I think it was Driver, drew a Cerberus with a gun because we made a joke about that. So I think it would be super cute because I love dogs. And also obviously the guns on my channel. So if we have a channel mascot, which is a Gunberus, which is a Cerberus with like a gun, it would be so silly.
Let's form
I'm
up.
up.
Forming up, boss.
We're all healed up. Let's advance. Chat, you should make fan art now. You like to sleep.
Penetrated.
Roger that, squad
Wait.
leader. Locate turret controls and commence disabling maneuvers.
Disabling maneuvers.
I'm sorry.
Blowing things up.
Oh.
People
I
are
got it.
sleeping on me. Is that what this outfit gives off? People already started like barking. People already started like barking at me as soon as I wore casual wear. Do I need to worry about people like wanting to not just sleep with, but also on me? Let's send
Secure
y'all
that
over,
position.
Yes, sir.
Look out, droid.
and I can take you out.
Take
Search and
offensive
destroy.
formation.
Am I flanking by myself for a good reason? No. Oop! This is a bad reason, this is a bad reason, this is a bad reason.
About to get rough, commandos.
Wait, did I hear... I dropped a question mark? Wait, you're supposed to be... No, you're not supposed to be barking earlier. It's just I feel like people were barking earlier. Let's do that. Okay. Kings,
Yes, sir.
let's go melee.
Eliminate target.
There's another one. Of course there's another one.
3-8 has been hit. Take out that
Okay,
droid.
take it out first. Take it out first. You got this.
It just isn't a good time.
Take it out. Take it out. Okay, take it out. 6-2. 6-2, take it out. Okay, now revive.
Need aid
Upping
now.
3-8.
Sorry, I only bark for my Dami mommy. Good for you. Good for you. Listen, when I say that people were barking, I didn't mean literally barking. I meant like they were just being
I
silly.
think we found a loading mechanism here.
Affirmative, Delta. See if you can find a weak spot to plant some charges. Boss, that looks like a good spot to plant a charge.
Squad leader down.
I will say, melee does a lot of damage. And also, if I can kite them, then I can just completely distract them. That should have been because you like funner. Okay.
Mechanical down.
Okay. I mean, I can do... No, people barking would not improve my mood, I must say. You've never slept on me, Rory.
On my way, squad leader.
Off clap.
Fresh ammo.
I'm good. Let's go.
Listen, call it a sleepover.
Could use some Vector Delta.
I'm on it.
Arrow barking. I'm not barking.
Vector applied.
Yeah, so Fixer's getting
Get
some...
clear.
Sorry, Fixer. Just killed you. Oh!
Myself, sir.
Alright, it's this section where, like, the Geonosians break in through the windows as you're, like, storming the complex. Because with wings, like, why would they not use this as an extra entry point?
Window. Lock them out.
Console over here, sir. Window controls.
Okay, guard me. Wait, slept on arrow? In which sense? Oh, presumably slept on me as in, like, ignored me, right? Right, and then the whole thing with this console is that I'm shutting the blast doors of the windows because now there's no more enemies that can get inside. Because if I didn't do that, they would have kept coming on in.
Retrieving Vector.
I love this game. I love this.
Subject terminated.
On your six,
See,
boss.
and now you can hear them outside, but they can't get in because I spent the time to do the blast door.
On my way.
Delta squad.
Because you can totally
forming up.
imagine one sense of arrow being criminally slept on way more easily than the other more literal one. Yeah, people are just like sleeping on me as in like they don't appreciate me, right?
Secure
That's
that
what I
area.
mean.
Eliminate target.
Like, what are y'all? Oh my gosh, Scorch, what are you doing? I know I told you to go in there, but like... Scorch! Scorch!
6-2 getting help.
Eliminate target.
Oh my gosh, you just like cannon shot me.
Hostile eliminated.
Okay, so what we're gonna do...
Commando 6-2.
I'm gonna fall back real quick just to heal up.
Forming up, boss.
Cut to that Anton Chigurh scene where he says, "Not in that sense, you mean?"
Heal up, Delta.
I mean, the only other alternative is using those default anime-style thighs as pillows. I mean, that would actually be kind of cool.
You, Vector. Now.
You know what?
Retrieving Vector.
Sure, Rory. If you're trying to, like, take a nap on my thighs, go ahead. I know you well enough, and you've been there for me when I needed you enough that you have earned that right.
Breach that door.
Absolutely, sir.
Alright, watch this, watch this.
Charge set.
Fixer plants the bomb. Scorch throws a bomb in. A grenade.
We're in,
They all
Delta.
breach at the same time. And that's a situation. Okay, let's get these doors, let's get those windows closed.
Bugs.
Looks like we've got to shut these windows too. Let's hit it, Delta.
This is a situation where that was a waste of a bomb. We could have just opened the door and it wouldn't have mattered. Like the art of me picking Neko up. I don't think anyone has ever considered Coco Hill.
6, boss.
I suppose I'm glad I read that first. Okay. Oh, Fixer,
Right back.
you're down, but you... Fixer, you absolute legend. You got knocked down, but you closed the window first.
Moving to position.
On my way.
Yeah, this challenge involves a lot of
Hold off on that Vector.
spamming back the heals.
Serving Vector.
I don't remember spamming heals this much in the first game, or in the game normally, but who knows. I'm not... Yeah, I saw that.
Delta 4 recovered.
Heal up, Delta.
Retrieving Vector.
That would actually be adorable fan art, like you picking up Neko. That would be super cute.
It's still kicking. I think we need to hit this thing again.
There's the spot. Let's set our charges and do some damage.
Okay, form up at me. No, it would be super cute to have fan art of like Rory resting his head on my thighs because, like, my friend. There's, as weird as some people are,
Get clear.
like,
Good work, Delta.
you can have platonic just feeling of friend.
Battle droids are trying to let more Geonosians.
Turret
Nice
disabled.
shooting, sir.
Good job, 3-8. Now find an exit and make
Oh
your
my
way
gosh,
to the
they're
core
doing
ship.
so much damage.
This could get ugly.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
advance. Melee them. I will heal myself as you absorb their blasters. We were just
Hold it
screenmates.
together,
Exactly.
You, Vector, now.
On my
Okay,
way.
Scorch. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Scorch.
Commando healed. Good one, sir.
You know
Scorch,
the drill,
that
Delta,
was,
so let's shut
you
them
were a
out.
sacrifice I was willing to make.
I got geos in my
Just thoroughly disreputable?
Get yourself some Vector, Commander.
Getting back to.
Do I need an eye patch? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh.
Get slicing on that terminal, Commander.
You've got it.
Evaluate.
Okay, let's do this.
Someone help.
And I'll start hacking.
We've lost Scorch.
Okay, I gotta get this hack in while they're distracted. Nope.
Down.
Yeah, pick me up. Pick me up.
Rip out theirs.
We only have one guy left. I'm about to close this door, which will shut out the elite.
Took some fire.
Nope.
I'm reading low
There's no
vital
in-room
signs from your
frames.
squad.
Disrespectful. Disrespectful, I swear. Although I will say, this is an incredibly fun game. Like,
Hold that position.
outside, and like, look, if I do this,
Some enemy droids.
they'll immediately leap out of the way. 2005. 2005.
Turret disabled.
Good job, 3-8. Now find an exit and make your way to the core ship.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm not actually going to,
I think the boss is down.
I'm not gonna disrespect Scorch like I did before. And this time I'm actually properly gonna like, take care of my boys, because they deserve it. I take care of those underneath.
Reloading. Chief's on the mark. Good one.
Initiate Vector
Okay,
procedure.
and then, like this. Do you see how because I was killing it with like grenades, it might have been because of grenades, it might have just been like there's a random chance for it
Delta
to
squad
happen,
forming up. Cue of
that it actually didn't get killed, it just got like
You know the drill,
bisected and now
Delta,
it's
so let's
super
shut them
weak,
out.
it's crawling forward but still shooting, because like it's a droid, it can do that.
Come in, slicing protocols, Delta.
Affirmative.
I'm not gonna shut up though. Okay, let's get hacking. Okay, 4-0, you're on one, I'm on the other.
Reloading.
Snake! 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 I've never played a Metal Gear game. I feel like I should be sorry, but like I'm not.
Finally, some peace and quiet.
They're running! We got a runner! Oh my god, they killed me.
Need aid.
That reminds me, have you ever encountered any interesting snakes while archaeologizing? So that's the thing, is that with snakes, those are incredibly region specific, right?
Dead, all right.
Like there are different like US-based snakes, there are different Australian-based snakes. They all have their own different things. So I actually don't know the extent of how far Rory's gone in terms of archaeology. All I hear is so many games that Aaron
Get
needs to play.
yourself some Vector, Commander.
I will say,
Retrieving Bacta.
also, do you see how because he's currently getting back to his mission was like, or his position was like yellowed out?
Detonator placed. Clear.
Because if there's only two of them, you still get the breach and then the grenade, but you don't actually get the third follow.
Eliminate target.
Now I'm ready.
Cue of that area.
It goes.
Got some mechanicals ahead.
Oh, that's a flash.
Hold on, boss.
Eliminate target.
Wait, their kiting strat works. I didn't realize.
Done.
Who knew? Actually, I should have known. That's very common strategies. These style of
Got your back,
things.
3-8.
I have thermal detonators. Gotta take advantage of that slow turn radius. Exactly.
Eliminate target.
I'm out. Reloading.
Also, I don't actually know. Oh my gosh. Keep up just the same fire.
Protocol requires
Because they're down close enough that I don't think we picked up yet. Can we talk about how thermal detonators went from being like super dangerous in the canon of Star Wars to just being like grenades? They used to be like super bombs. They used to be like, if you throw a thermal detonator, it could like blow up an entire ship. Now they're just kind of like Star Wars grenades. And I think that's because of video games. Grenades. Arrow definitely has a slow turn radius. Mississauga Rattler and Western Rattler along Gardner Stakes and other non-poisonous. Really, they're non-poisonous? Does that mean that they're venomous? Thermals are sometimes represented like C4 too, it's so weird. That's the thing.
More explosives.
I have
You just made
heard,
my day, advisor.
and like 6'2", our explosive expert, getting all excited over explosives. Sometimes they're treated like C4, sometimes they're treated like a grenade, sometimes they're treated like a super nuke. Like, thermal detonators are so inconsistent, which is why they've had to come up with alternatives to thermal detonators. Like, what was it, in Rookies? In the Clone Wars episode of Rookies, it's like T4. Like, when they have like the venting coolant that they use to destroy Rishi Base, it's like T4 or something, which is obviously like a play on C4, but it's also just like, it wasn't a thermal detonator because by then thermal detonators had already kind of been like neutered. I like to center off. Thermal detonator is what I call arrow after I rage bait me. Okay, when have you ever rage baited me? I will say, the closest I've been to being rage baited on stream is I think Neko did it in Terraria, and you heard my voice on the Terraria collab where I like genuinely snapped at him.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I like genuinely was really frustrated with him, and I think everyone processed that, like everyone heard that, but I'm really not someone that like gets rage on games or on stream. I don't think I've ever like raged on stream before.
Maybe there's another one around the corner. To the scrappy.
Venting? Among Us reference? I have not played Among Us
Take offensive formation.
in actual years. I don't know if I want to. There's a turret there, right? So I have decided, even though I love turrets, and despite the fact that it is plot relevant to use a turret later in this game, hint hint, I don't think I'm allowing myself to use turrets because that counts as shooting.
Eliminate tug.
That Fixer. Oh, you already taken out Paul. Oh no, Arrow and I are heinous to each other off stream. Yeah. I figured that Rory's flirtatious needling, or was that needlesome flirtation, was what he called rage baiting. No, he just tries to rage bait me. Oftentimes it doesn't really work
Let's move
in
on.
terms of like enraging me,
Eliminate
but it does
tug.
frustrate me quite
Snipe
often
maneuver down.
and quite regularly. Like, Rory, you're not very good at like invoking rage in me. You're very good at frustrating. Ow. Okay. We're close enough to this that I just want to pick him out, pick me up. You truly are the best baiter. Someone call you a master. Oh, that dude was just like walking.
Eliminate tug.
Also, I understand that like in this game, these are like EMPs. I am going to call them droid poppers because that's what they had in Clone Wars, despite the fact these are clearly not droid poppers. And you can't stop.
Let's move on.
Company coming, squad.
Oh! Like, droid poppers look like little variations of thermal detonators, which just happen to have like electricity instead, right?
Delta squad forming up. Fit.
Oh my gosh, I got sniped by V2. Frustration leads to hate leads to anger, and anger leads to the dark side. So this logic, you should thank me for turning Arrow to the Sith Dami. Okay, first off, you didn't do that. Second off, if anything, if I was to be force sensitive, which I doubt I would be, just because like I'm cringe like that.
Put someone on that turret, Delta.
Oh, dang it. I was trying to get a cheeky healing. I feel as though I would probably be a non-Jedi, non-Sith. I don't even think I'd be cool enough to be like a gray Jedi. I feel like I would just like be somewhere in the middle. Kind of things like that. I'm not cool enough to be a Jedi or a Sith. That's kind of insensitive. Droid poppers are a huge blight on the electronic community. Yeah, we're in a war against electronics. Do you think I care? That is their express purpose, and they're doing it quite well.
Good shot, sir.
Reduce some vectors.
Oh wow, anti-armor, like I'm gonna use this.
An anti-armor attachment. This should come in handy against all these droids.
The problem is that the coolest thing the Sith Dami Mommy arrow could do to us
Nice, boss.
was not be the Sith Dami Mommy.
Nice
Exactly.
piece of ordnance here.
I know my audience and I know what my
We can
audience
hit 'em hard
wants.
from here.
So I'm going to deny you,
Delta squad
just like I
forming up.
deny
Morning
you.
up, sir.
That did the job.
Ready to engage.
Let's
Listen,
move on.
people want a lot, and the best I can do is deny that. Hold up, so anyone said Dami? Hello, I heard Dami, that is correct. I believe something about Dami Mommy, my attention's peaked.
This door's shielded, sir. Looks like we have to go around.
Damn droids. Let us through.
I don't remember which direction to go instead. I don't think that there's a side entrance in here, is there? No, there's not. So I have to leave and go to a different way. He's in denial. We're getting into some dangerous territory. I don't have to backtrack.
Debris blocking our path here, boss. We need to detonate the rocks to get through. And I'm not just saying that because I love to blow stuff up.
Yes, you
Actually,
are.
the sight line on no, so this is very purposely blocked, so that won't
Red, red, green, or red, green, red.
dangerous territory. That is true.
Taking cover.
Droid popper addiction leads to overdose
Fire in the hole.
is the leading reason why droids grow up in a single parent house. No, the fact that freaking droids have been weaponized is why they grow up in single parent households.
Cause.
Stop trying to blame consumerism for what is the fault of militarism.
Everyone has good vital signs, sir.
Oh, everyone's final vitals. It's literally just me.
Eliminate target.
Okay, so we currently have an ad break. So I'm going to pause just because I think that I should not restrict content to only those that are able or willing to pay, despite the fact that finances would be very nice. Remember, chat, shipping Arrow and I is always morally okay and legally dubious. Ariel, hold off on the reacting that. Got it. How about you soup yourself? And then you can send that again in the 2.5 minutes after the ads are up. Are you sure it's not morally dubious and legally okay? I mean, is anything morally okay? And is anything legally dubious? I stretch. See, I don't want to alt tab. I'm actually going to quick save it. But yeah, I love this game so much. This is a game I've tried playing a couple times. I've beaten it multiple times. I've tried, like, every once in a while I'll be like, I want to pick back up, but I haven't properly played it in years. And I really enjoyed it the times that I played through it. It's one of those games that I'll get into the mood to play it occasionally, and then I'll just be like, you know, it's pretty linear, it's pretty story oriented, it's only lasts a couple hours. It's fun though, and then I just don't follow through with it. She made fun of my YouTube sub count the other day. Yeah, and you like it when I tease you. Small channel humiliation. Yeah, Commando was a labor of love from before shareholders had influence. Yeah, and that's why Imperial Commando was going to happen, and then the buyout happened. Imperial Commando died with the buyout. You're just shy of 400 now? Dang, that's crazy. I'm like, I'm a what is it? I'm an order of magnitude bigger than you. Just like how you're an order of magnitude bigger than I am height-wise. This game seems unironically better than most contemporary games. No, this game, I would highly recommend this game to anyone who has not played it. Like, unironically, I think that not just for a 2005 game, but just for a narrative first-person shooter, it has decent characters, which is shocking for this era of clone development. It has a plot, which is basically go here, do this thing. Oh no, something happened to stop you from doing the thing. Do this other thing instead. Just ad nauseum, because that's a basic plot formula. Welcome back from the ad, everyone. I was just saying, if you have not played this game, I highly recommend it, because this is absolutely the sort of game where the characters are decent, particularly for the time period where it was made, where this was like,
Let's form up.
2005 clone troopers, which had no personality, outside of just, I am a good soldier. Maybe I'm the edgy one. Maybe I'm the cool one, like Sev is. Or maybe I'm the one that likes explosives, like Scorch is.
It's a spider droid.
But,
Look out.
oh, this is where the spider droid comes in.
You only have one shot at this. You're looking at a dwarf spider droid, one of the Commerce Guild's nastiest anti-infantry units. Its durasteel
Fixer?
plating is rated for starship
Fixer?
and is nearly invulnerable to small arms fire. Only its optical cluster, the red orb on its abdomen, is unshielded and vulnerable. In other words, shoot the big red spot.
Yeah, shoot the big red spot. Yes, this game has decent characters. The plot is pretty bare bones. However, the actual mission variety and what you get up to is pretty interesting, right?
Delta, form up.
The actual differentiation of the different missions and the atmosphere in particular is really cool.
Delta Squad, let's take it down from here.
Let me show you a real
Right, so that's the anti-armor. Let me take out the little dude.
Let's move on.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Huh, why does it have a scan on top if it also has a very
Them
weak
out from there, Delta.
open
On
thing?
my way. Target area
I totally
hit.
forgot that the anti-armor was there. Ew, don't objectify them, that's dastardly. Wait, true, the real plot is the jorts? In the jorts? Oh my gosh. No, literally, as I was choosing an outfit, I was gonna have like yoga pants, and then I was like, well, I like showing off my legs, I like
Sure, we don't
shorts.
encounter many more of those.
Also, it would be so funny if I could actually have a model that unironically had jorts. So then I went with it. Them as in arrow.
We've reached the entrance to the core ship, but it appears to be shielded.
Affirmative, Delta. Hold
I don't
position.
think your
We're
teammates
bringing
know
in
you
some
can't
air
shoot.
support now.
I don't think they can either. But so far, I've gotten quite a way through this game without shooting.
We're closing in on your position now. Stand
Oh, back up,
from
back up,
the
back up.
entryway.
You're late to the party, pilot.
You should be happy I got here at all. It's a nightmare out there. We've got a visual on the target
See,
area.
like, they get,
Initiating
like,
firing
basic
run
military
now. You
dialogue.
boys are
They
gonna
get,
wanna
like,
stand back.
yeah, let's
Take offensive formation. Delta Squad forming up. Secure that
Yep, there we
destroyed. Thanks for the assist.
They get like
14.
basic military dialogue. They get military archetype personalities. But because this was so early in the development of the clones, they didn't really get
So
much
report
more
this
than
thing
that.
undetected. Federation mech destroyed.
So it's so interesting to see that like how many people care about Seth. Which no spoilers, but like
Boss, hold on to your
people
guns while I
get
reload.
really attached to Seth. Scorch is so much fun. Fixer has the issue of they wanted a generic style, like, competent clone trooper, but they already had that in Boss, so I don't know why they doubled down the Fixer. Ow.
Strike, sir.
Like,
Confirmed.
Boss is the call sign of your player character, right? So,
Let's form up.
Boss is already your classic, like, straight-laced, I know what I'm doing, I will do the mission, and I'm good at it, and blah, 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 blah. But then Fixer is similarly just kind of like, hey, is this by the book? Like, Boss obviously is more pragmatic. Boss is more ego, while Fixer is more super ego. But
You could use some Vector, Delta.
I do think that they're similar enough archetypes that I don't know why they wanted to include both. His name is Fixer, that's why. Something, 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 you, I learned from watching you. Don't you dare be like, oh, I'm so glad you learned to objectify Arrow from me.
Back to taking.
You're not Dadston yet, you need the dad stash first. The dad stash.
Stop looping around and get some Vector, soldier.
Got it, sir.
Okay, so I have one droid popper, no flashbangs, but I'm good on explosives. I'm kind of jealously holding on to my
Cancel.
impact grenades because those are my best bet at fighting the elite. BRB editing my model. I'll add in the beard and mustache I have. I hope you know that would completely change our dynamic.
Evaluate.
Roger that.
Begin snipe maneuver, Delta.
Okay, I am going to hack. My boys, protect me.
Got that back.
Protect me, boys. You're not protecting me. Did you say my dynamic or our dynamic? I said our dynamic. We have a streamer dynamic. Unless you were unaware of the fact that all this banter is silliness. Also, the fact they have shields. I love the B2s in this game. When I think of B2s, I think of this game's B2s. I think of like little mini bosses or like elite enemies that have enhanced health bars.
Disabling a different critical system within the ship. Taking out these critical
I think of like mini bosses that have little health bars, that have armor plates that you have to take out, that have heavy ordnance, that have shields that they can utilize.
Alright, sir, in you go.
Alright.
Happy hunting.
Bye, So this is going to be one of the hardest sections in the game. This is going to be one of the hardest sections in the game.
Delta 38. Amen.
Because this is a solo section. Infiltration of the core ship. Delta Squad has accomplished the Republic's first breach of an enemy capital ship, but the battle's not over. A horde of merciless battle droids lies dormant, ready to be awakened by a heedless commando. So this is me, by myself,
Now that you're
melee
on board the core
only.
ship, your mission is twofold. Your primary objective is to download the launch codes from the ship's bridge. With the codes, we can halt the evacuation.
You've definitely
of the droid
mentioned
army.
you have glasses
Your
before, but I
secondary
keep
objective is
forgetting.
to permanently disable this core
Wait,
ship.
Arrow?
En
What?
route to the bridge, each member of Delta Squad will sabotage critical
Dads love
systems
fanny
throughout
packs?
the
Oh my
ship.
gosh.
This
Okay,
elevator
hot
should take you
take,
to the
fanny
super battle
packs
droid storage rack.
should come
Navigate
back,
through the racks
and
to
they
the
should be
control room and
destigmatized,
disable its
because
systems. Once you've
everyone
disabled the
needs more
droid
storage
loader,
space on here.
rendezvous with your squad and make your way to the bridge.
Also, apologies
We're
if,
counting on you
that I'm
to
talking
create.
over like
Good
the
luck.
mission
Advise
briefing.
around.
I know this mission briefing. I've played this game
Alone
before.
against all these droids. They don't
They don't
stand a chance.
I just realized that an arrow kisser is just a dark sooty from B-Dub's chat. Oh, from Borderwise. Yes,
These droids
all of
must
these
be
are
on
actually
standby.
enemies that I can
Better
fight.
Be careful not to wake
If
them
I
up.
shoot them, or if I stab them, or if I touch them, like walk into them, they will activate. So I have to be very careful with my grenades. I mean, you could say the same as just like, oh, both B-Dub's sooties as well as my arrow kissers are just
Checking in. I've
soot
just about
sprays
reached my
from
target.
like Spirited
No
Away,
droids so far.
which people have made that comparison. Me when stealth is optional.
Toro reporting.
Oh my
Running into a little
gosh.
droid trouble.
Oh my gosh. Okay. How are we doing this one? I think I know what we're doing. Nope. I just need it to be in a position where I can stun it without stunning its friends. Okay. Cool. Did Arrow end up spiriting us away and turning us into soot sprays? No, so
Oh,
I just
Senator, I've
opted
infiltrated
for...
the repulsor
Wait, why don't I just have a representation of my
Slicing the
fans?
system now.
Also, the fact that there's comms chatter of what all of the other deltas are doing while you're each on a different
That
solo mission is so
shook 'em
cool. Like, that rumble that you just heard was because
Toro,
Sev
resuming
just
course
blew
towards
something up.
primary power conduit.
And like, Fixer's rerouting power conduits and I'm setting up explosives. It's so cool. I love it. I love it so much. And now you can hear the alarm going?
Our presence is no longer a
I
secret.
think I've reached the
Keep alert.
coolant intake valve.
Oh my gosh! That's an elite.
No, wait. It's an exhaust port.
Yeah, and that's
6-2, could you can the chatter until you've got something
Scorch being
useful to
silly.
say?
Eee! I'm so sorry.
Toro, slicing primary power conduit now.
Okay. I might physically not be able to kill this.
6-2 reporting. I finally located the coolant intake
I can see it
valve.
through walls. I actually didn't know that when you lock on. Okay. I love the comm chatter. Dribble is such a weird effect. Yeah, it's like oil. Hey, a frog. I'm currently doing a challenge run to play an FPS game that I love without shooting. It's kind of difficult, not gonna lie. B-Dubs is older than Spirited Away, though. Yeah, but B-Dubs might be older than Spirited Away. Is his community? This is no good. Also, can we talk about, I think this might just be the elites, but like the colored and glowing thoraxes of the different Geonosians? I literally cannot shoot my shot.
This is quite an
True.
operation they've got.
He made Sooty when he was 3. Oh, that's cute. Well, sucks for him that I can't draw and a black...
Come in 3-8.
Are you serious?
I think Delta Squad
A
has
black
been eliminated.
squiggle is super easy to draw, so I just gave mine guns. Do I have to redo all of that? Or the mouse sensitivity is so screwy.
Target identified. Tracking audio disturbance.
Yeah.
I'm in the loading block control room.
Roger,
This.
3-8. I'm
So,
uploading an anti-protocol
does anyone
that
know
will completely disable their loading
what is
operation.
going to be a
Find the
real bad
terminal
issue
and
for
splice
me?
it in.
Affirmative.
That is introduced in this level of the video game? Anyone who has not played this game, do you have a guess? Because there's a very famous droid type that has not been introduced yet, which was canon at this point in the universe when this game was made. Giving us guns was very American coded. Yeah. Also, my guide to little things avoid. Border wises are so hairy. Oh my gosh. Right, because I just sabotaged that. I forgot.
I think I hit a nerve. All right, squad. Secondary objectives complete. Rendezvous.
So we
on
all did our
sub-level
secondary, we all did our
1157.
sabotage,
You got it,
and now
boss.
we're gonna
Yes, sir.
meet back up together. Come on, friend. No, friend. Come with me. Come with me. Okay, goodbye. The one that got away. Or Fluffy. Exactly, you're Void. Whereas the Sooties from B-Dubs is all
We really did a number on this ship.
Harry, which I'm personally not a fan of.
Running into a bit of trouble here.
Yeah,
Orders to
Fixer.
attack, sir.
Take
We
care of
got a
yourself.
droid situation, boss.
Die, you metalhead piece of trash.
I don't think Trade Fed Security appreciates our work here.
Heads up, Deltas. We've put quite a dent in the ship and they don't like it.
The way these droids are swarming, one might think we weren't welcome.
Just keep them at bay for now. No heroics. Once we're all back together,
Oop.
we'll get ourselves to the bridge, and then we're off this beast for good.
What just shot me?
You got it, boss.
Is it you?
Copy
It's
that.
you. Okay, so I just got some more detonators. Luckily, I can just hide like a coward. Nothing bad happens when you hide like a coward. No one can hurt you when you hide like a coward. Oh, there's someone on the other side. God, goodness gracious. So I need to use a droid popper. Did I miss? Or is it just not dealing damage? What am I doing here? Oh my gosh, that was me. That was self.
3-8. Come in, 3-8. Delta squad has been eliminated.
Well, given that I just took myself out, it's not going aces, I must say. Currently I'm on a solo section, and this solo section is really interesting because I can't shoot. It's also like pseudo stealth, where
Really did a
it's not
number on
quite
this ship.
stealth, but it is like
Running
you
into
want
a
to
bit of
avoid
trouble
noticing
here.
if you can. Oh, there's
We're under
back
attack,
here.
sir.
We got a droid situation, boss.
Die, you metalhead piece of
Oh my gosh.
trash.
I don't think Trade Fed Security appreciates our work here.
Heads up, Deltas. We've put quite a dent in the ship and they don't like
The reason I
it.
did that because
The
I
way
have
these
more
droids are swarming, one might
grenades that I
think we
can
weren't
pick up.
welcome.
Just keep them
throwing
at
too
bay for
far,
now.
I think.
No heroics.
I don't know. I was trying to
Once
bounce it
we're
off
all
the
back
wall
together,
that like hit it in
we'll
the
get
back.
ourselves to the bridge, and then we're off this beast for good.
Affirmative.
You got it,
God,
boss.
so you're.
Copy that.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna risk it. I think what I do is I just have to like hope it doesn't shoot me and back up. Yeah, I just had to use the rubble as cover, it looks like. I can heal this. Do you think Trade Fed Security appreciates my work here? I don't think they do. Oh, and that got crushed. Yeah, so I didn't even have to deal with this guy. Anytime these guys move, I'm just like, are they gonna shoot me? Are they friendly? Wow, we really did do a number on this place. Okay, I think this is the end of the section, actually. I think that we're approaching the end of the solo section, which is way shorter. Yeah, this is way shorter than I thought it would be.
Nothing on scanner. Visual scan negative.
Oh yeah. Okay, this is actually a very clever bit of foreshadowing.
Audio disturbance
Does anyone know what these are?
identified.
Does anyone know what this is? Oh gosh. This is a droid spawner. This is effectively a device that has a series of battle droids in it and will constantly deploy them mechanically in game, you have to walk up to it and apply demolitions. So you're in the middle of a firefight, you have to either, you or one of your squad mates has to go up to it, plant explosives, and then detonate it, which is obviously super dangerous when it's actively spawning enemies. Oh, so that's, I think that's 6-2. That being said, that these are all just being circulated in the facility, because that's what you do in a facility, is you move stuff around, even if it's not directly over. Oh, that's Sev.
Let me handle this, sir.
Sev, you're so cool. You're also
Nice
so edgy.
work, 07.
Remember when I mentioned that there was a type of droid that was canon that hadn't been introduced yet?
Eliminate target.
It's Droidicas. Oh gosh. I just tried charging it and it did not work.
About theirs.
Sev, can you 1v? I don't think you can. You can. Sev. Sev.
Thanks for the assist, boss.
Arrow has a soft spot for edgelords. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit of an edgelord. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't have a soft spot for edgelords. Though they frustrate me, I myself am a bit edgy. I grew up in the era of edgelords. A lot of my favorite characters are edgelords.
Droidicas.
Where did the other? Oh, the other two are up there. Come on, Sev.
That's Victor and 6-2 down there.
See, I love this because it's such a diegetic way to like reacquaint yourself with the party, is because I meet up with Sev just completely randomly, and then up ahead, because we're all coming back to the same location, we met up earlier than everyone else, accidentally,
Affirmative. Let's get
and
to it,
then
Deltas.
6-2 and Fixer also met up independent of us, and then the two squads meet up together, even though the plan was all four of us meet up together.
Target down.
I love this game so much.
Evaluates.
Roger that.
Secure that area.
Roger that.
Let's advance.
Reloading.
Okay. Droidica.
Eliminate
Focus on the Droidica. Okay, Droidica's down. Let's advance. Okay, we no longer need that sniping position, but we could use this one.
Assume snipe position.
And this one.
Moving to your mark. What's that?
It's a droid dispenser 07.
Yep, this is the droid dispenser I was talking about. So I'm gonna bite the bullet.
Demo charge should shut it down for good.
I need backup. Okay, my shield is coming back. That means that my boys are taking care of it. And now I'm just gonna
Fire in
immediately...
the hole.
Target annihilated.
So that would just constantly spawn new enemies unless I took it out. Which is why I immediately rushed forward to take it out.
Let's move on.
Okay, let's move on.
Delta squad forming up. Take
So
them
what
out.
I can do here is I can either send all three of them to breach, or I could have one guy in sniping position, and then I could actually hack the door open. Alternatively, I could also breach with only 2 people, but I can actually set up a sniper first. Now it's open, I have a sniper set up. Do you see how they're all turned around?
Eliminate target.
Suddenly I can run up, do this. I think that it's like a gameplay thing where almost always the enemies are going to be like turned around and not looking at you if you decide to hack the door instead of breaching.
Delta squad forming
But
up.
it is a cool option to have. Oh,
Eliminate
yeah, this
target.
section.
Let's form up.
Oh, this section already being a little bit rough.
Let's take them down
Sniper
from here,
setup.
Delta.
Let's set up down here. We have back to tank.
Target area in view.
And tearing, can't forget tearing.
Get yourself some backup.
I'm heading there now.
Okay.
Eliminate target.
I actually have no impact grenades.
Stop looking around and get some
Okay, let's
backup.
get healing.
Retrieving back to sir.
We can solely focus on you. You're fine.
4-0 at 100%.
Okay, so what we're gonna do? We're
Secure
gonna
that area.
Roger
approach
that.
anti-armor.
Mark that
And
position.
do you
Go.
know why
Looks like
this
we have to
is
get
a
you
section I
this door.
remember?
There's got to be a control console around here somewhere.
Oh, not quite.
Let's get to it, Deltas.
Let's actually put you back there behind
Yes, sir.
cover. My mistake. I was too quick for my own good. Which, Don't you dare comment on that.
Let's take them down from here.
Let's get you over there.
Moving into position.
So that way we can have multiple lines of fire. We have an anti-armor. We have a sniper way in the back. We have a sniper doing a lateral angle. There should be a console. Yep, right here. And the coolest thing about this, all these consoles, all these bombs, all these satchel charges I'm placing, I can just tell one of my buddies to do that instead. I'm just choosing to do it because my buddy... I need 6-2, you gotta come pick me up. I'm just telling my buddies to do it explicitly because it's more efficient for them to shoot the enemies than for me to try and melee them. So it's more effective for me to run up and activate this console than my buddy to stop sniping and activate it. Yeah, so I remember there being a bunch of flyers. And I also remember there being, I think it's a spider droid comes out from there. So, actually, let's just get some back to you and me.
What's going on, 38? Retrieving Vector.
Also, the fact that every time I tell them to do an order, if I order them to do something, and then I order them to do something else immediately, they'll be like, "You good, sir?" Like, "Yep, there's an enemy."
Another spider droid, dead ahead.
I'm starting.
You're not really gonna help there.
Confirm this position.
Yes, sir.
Eliminate target.
Okay. So Sev, you're gonna assist me up on the front. We have anti-armor. We have a snipe. Oh my gosh.
I think the boss is down.
Take out that droid.
Oh my gosh, that took me way out.
Hold on, sir. Gotta kill these scumbags first.
Okay, so we need our anti-armor back up. Luckily, we have just consistent sniping.
Mark that position. Go.
I took out Sev from sniping over there explicitly because the weak point is right there. Like, I wonder if I can... I actually don't think I can melee it. There's no point in me being here. So just with anti-armor deals proper damage to it. Sniping actually hits its weak point. Sev,
Powering up.
you're just looking pretty. Even though you're not even hitting its weak point, you're hitting above its weak point.
That was a lot more intense than the
Get
simulations.
some Bacta.
Moving to cover. Much better.
I don't know. This game makes me want more like it. So like now, for instance, there's no sniping position here. So I'm just going to have them breach. So they all get in position.
Setting
And
charge.
in the behind the scenes of this game, they literally talk about how they worked with like police investigators for proper breaching like protocol, and they worked with like military to learn like how would we properly breach this location. They went through like actual proper like field exercises to learn how to do that,
Eliminate
which is not something that a lot of devs will do nowadays because AAA bloat is a terrible, awful thing.
This should be the elevator. That'll take us to the bridge. Eliminate target.
I'm going to do a risky procedure. Look at how much damage I'm dealing.
Down.
Take out that droid.
Look at, I dealt like 80% of its health.
But I'm kind of busy right
And then
now.
now, you take out the enemy, you recall and revive me. Minor question, where can I find the Discord server? Could someone, because I can't tab out of this game real quick. I'm so sorry I didn't respond to that earlier. Could someone please do ! Discord in chat? Because I presently cannot.
All aboard!
Thank you. Suddenly we're all in the main elevator. Oh no. When I play a game like this, I'm constantly reminded this came out in 2005.
Alert. Hull breach
Right?
imminent. Critical systems failure in 5 minutes.
Like, whatever flaws this game might have, the fact that it doesn't look the best, which I'm perfectly happy with this like graphics and aesthetic, right? I have very few complaints about this. That being said, I do recognize it's not like the prettiest game. All of that being said, it's a game from 2005. Like,
Well done, boss.
I can walk up, melee that, like, let me show you exactly what I'm referencing. Now, pick up some stuff,
Now find the bridge.
go this way,
Affirmative. Move
And
it, Deltas. This
and it's
ship
all
is just about
exploding,
out
so
of-
it's constant
Hull
camera shake.
integrity compromised. Evacuate
So if I
immediately.
run up, I can't really do this to the droidica because the droidica is not like that. However, if I walk up to one of these other dudes, I melee you in the face. You lose your head, you start shooting around because you lost your head, but you're still a droid, so you can still move.
Target taken out.
And then I get oil splattered on my HUD, which then my automatic wiper removes. Which I think was a similar thing that they did in like Metroid Prime. Like basically, if it's sci-fi and you have a HUD, it's gonna be like diegetically in your visor.
In 4 minutes.
Remind me to
And
leave
like,
the ship
do you
before we
see how in
destroy
the
it next
bottom
time.
left, bottom right of the screen, and the top middle of the screen is actually like slightly blocked by the helmet? It's so unobtrusive, but it adds so much like visual texture to this game.
Let's
I love
form
it.
up.
So
Forming up, sir.
Eliminate tag.
Oh gosh.
Down.
Take out that droid.
Pick me up, back up, bro.
Sir,
I have grenades I can throw.
Stabilizer
right now.
failing. System failure imminent.
I don't think I'm properly on the camera. Oh gosh. Let me pick you up. Gotta pick up my
Hang
boy.
on, Fixer.
Eliminate tag.
Yeah, like watch it get wiped away. Boom. Boom. Simple.
Secure that area.
Let's hack through this door. My boys are already set up to activate, so they're not going to open with a grenade, but they are just going to open fire as soon as it's open. So much of this game is just peak. This game really is peak. Like, I threw in a grenade. I'm sorry. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay, however, my boy, you're going to pick me up, right? However, I don't actually have like invulnerability when I'm picking back up. Okay, but like, you took him out because I just ran up and just started punching you with a sword. I punched you with a knife.
Dead.
Which in Star Wars Battlefront 2, like the EA version, the one that came out a couple years ago, they added the Clone Commando as one of the playable classes, and I think their melee, if I recall correctly, is literally you run up with a knife. You run up and like punch them with a knife, which is so funny to me.
Secure that area.
Yes, sir.
Eliminate tag.
Critical systems
Hold tight,
failure.
Deltas. We're almost
in 2
there.
minutes.
Search and destroy.
How much time left, sir?
Yeah, this is one of those
The
things
bridge should be
where
just
all
through
the
this door.
dialogue is talking like, oh, there's not much time left. We gotta go.
Wait.
Okay, let's stop. Let's heal first.
Aye, aye, canceling.
You could use some back there, Delta.
Got it,
However,
sir.
Scorch stays in position because he's ready. And also, even though generally
6-2 taking position.
whoever is closest is going to actually take whatever I'm ordering
Yes,
him to
sir.
do, because Fixer was more injured than Scorch or Sev, he actually took priority despite the fact he was farther away.
Should get him.
It's so great.
Retreating back to
It's so peak. It's just so peak.
that helps.
And then you heal.
Commence door breach.
All of you go.
Aye,
I'm
sir.
gonna get some healing while you do this.
Placing detonator. Clear.
Fire in the hole.
Eliminate
So
tag.
let's take out the turret.
Let's go.
Now I'm ready. Dead mark confirmed. Excellent.
Okay, because that turret, I can't take that out. And here's something you can
Come on,
do.
Deltas.
I
Let's
can
get those
put
codes and get out of
mines on these barrels.
Critical systems failure. in
So if
1
anyone
minute.
comes through this direction, they will take damage because they get exploded.
here. Assume snipe position, Delta.
Start sniping.
Weapon ready. Gas charges done.
Hit confirmed.
I can heal. We need to take out these turrets first. The turrets are down.
yourself some
Let's get
Bacta,
some
Commander.
Bacta going.
Retrieving back to sir.
I'm gonna start
Delta 4-0.
hacking. This will take a full minute though. So normally what this game wants you to do is it wants you to tell one of your allies like, okay, I want you to start,
Down from here, Delta.
Critical systems failure. in 30
I want
seconds.
you to start hacking
Hurry
this.
up.
However,
This is
I'm
taking
gonna be
longer than
hacking
I'd
it.
like.
I have one of my guys going over to place a proxy mine, a detonator, on that barrel.
Critical systems failure. in
I want another
20
one.
seconds.
Set squad.
Lay it
Now,
down.
if I'm willing to be dangerous with Sev,
07, down.
Nope, that was too much of a mistake. I was too dangerous with him. However, I can tell you to go revive your buddy, and I will continue hacking. Wow. Fixer. Oh, I think the ship might actually blow up because I didn't hack it in time. That'd be so funny if that actually happened. I actually don't know enough about the game. Oh yeah, because I didn't hack it in time. That's so silly. I actually didn't know that was a thing that could happen.
Well done, boss.
Compromised. Evacuate immediately.
Delta Squad, on sub-level 0001.
Okay, so we're back here.
Job 38. Now find the bridge and get those codes.
Affirmative. Move it,
Yeah, I
Delta.
didn't actually realize that there was a real honest... I didn't realize that there was an actual proper honest time limit. I'm so used to games just like talking about how there's a time limit, but there isn't one.
Give me another. Commandos.
Because like how many times does that happen, right? Where you just kind of like are playing a game and because it doesn't say there's a timer, you feel like there isn't a timer, and then
Remind me
boom.
to leave the ship before we destroy it next time.
We are going
Evaluate sector.
send you
Roger
forward. I'm gonna get a heal though. This is why I can just order you to go forward first. I have some EMPs.
Need medical assistance.
Oh gosh.
Eliminate target.
Powering up. It's done.
Mark down.
Stabilizers failing. System failure imminent.
Oh, nope. I was trying to throw my grenade, and I think because I was like, I don't know, in the animation of ordering my dude.
62 down.
Commandos.
Metal.
Alright, Sev. Take on 2 B2s if you could. Yeah, the animations are pretty slow. on this. Oh no, wanna know what it was? I was trying to throw it, but I was busy like being knocked around. I was busy being knocked around by the explosions is what it was.
In 3 minutes.
07, ready for duty.
So this is faster than hacking. However, as you saw before, there was enemies behind that were just kind of like facing the other direction.
Perfect hit. 38.
Eliminate
I like
target.
how he says perfect hit create as if I didn't just like absolutely get friendly fire.
Yes, sir.
Well done, boss.
Okay. We're going this way.
Let's form up.
Really, I'm just kind of telling my boys to run forward and attack these droids. Basically whenever, not because it's optimal, but because it keeps the
Bridge should
momentum
be
going.
just through the storm. Get yourself some Bacta.
So we're gonna get some back there.
Getting back to.
Taking position.
And just like before, we're gonna have a rotation to back there. I'm going to heal as they do the bomb. Okay, so it's gonna explode in 2 minutes. But I don't think I have time for them to finish the
Never say
rotation
no to back.
because it's a minute-long
All clear.
hacking procedure.
Door breach. Let's move.
Eliminate target.
Okay, you do that. I'm gonna set these
Come on,
bombs.
Deltas. Let's get those codes and get out of here.
Thank you for the protective shield. I think I need that.
Fresh ammo.
Initiate Bacta procedure, Delta.
Retrieving back to.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep placing some more of these. Hello, Squeebles. Oh. Hi, Neko. Well, welcome on in, everyone. We are currently playing... Oh my gosh. We're currently playing Republic Commando, except I can't fire a shot. I have to rely entirely on melee and my squad. And yeah, legally, you can't be shot right now. No, they're right. You're not allowed to shoot. This is a no-shoot run.
Hurry it up. This is taking longer than I'd like.
Working as fast as I can,
1
sir.
minute.
Hold it together.
Oh my gosh, all of my dudes are dead.
38, can you hear me? Reading low vital signs from your
Gosh
squad.
darn it. But yes, welcome on in, everyone. If we could get a shout out for Neko, I am Arrow Writes. I'm a TTRPG YouTuber, primarily talking about D&D, but recently I've been talking a lot about Lancer, the mech
Good
TTRPG.
job, 3-8. Now find the bridge.
Huge
Get
fan
those
of
codes.
Star Wars, which is why I
This
missed
ship has just about had it.
streaming on May the 4th to instead be silly. I made a Star Wars short though. Wait, you're safe? You're safe?
Sir, I'd love to help, but I'm kind of busy right now.
Oh wait, Neko, you didn't see this. Yeah, you didn't see this. So my stream actually crashed earlier, which is why I've only been streaming for an hour and 45. But
in 4 minutes.
let's see if this will crash stream again. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is a let's go over here. This is like an alternate outfit I have where I'm wearing jorts. Arrow Arms is revealed, which is honestly terrifying. Goth and December, exactly. Send me dudes, you mean nudes? No, send me men. I'm in a battle, I need more men. When you alt tab, you had a huge lag spike. Oh no, that's how you know it's bad. Yeah, so this is kind of like, I see this as casual wear, athletic wear, summertime wear. I also do have a swimsuit outfit that I've officially put together. You look like you want something from Hot Topic but are too nervous to ask. I do. I am too nervous to ask. How could you tell? But yeah, Arrow Arms being revealed. This is uncharted territory. Uncharted, dare I say. Converse? These are Converse. Because I'm not going to wear like big chunky boots if I'm like being athletic or whatever. Are you mad? Like, what are those? Goodness gracious. So silly. So silly. Converse are neat. Okay. If the game crashes again, I'm going to be sad. The game crashed again. Last time this happened, I did not save. No, the autosave got me. Last time this happened, my computer froze when I tried reopening it. Thank you for the follow, Beryllium. I believe that's 400. We just hit 400 followers. No, so it's not actually my tracking software that is the issue. I use VCFace. That's not actually the issue. I think it might be OBS trying to capture Republic Commando. Thank you so much for 400. I appreciate it. You believe in Arrow Computer? It says $3.99 right now. Well, maybe that's you. Oh, neat. Another VCFace user. Yeah, I use VCFace because it's free. That's my answer. However, if my stream dies, thank you so much for 400. No stream on Saturday because I'll be busy this weekend. But if it survives, let's go. Everyone soup yourself in honor of Republic Commando not breaking my computer. Okay. 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 Game, we're so pogging. We're so pogging. Okay, so I just consider that a death, I guess. I don't know. All that did was send me back to the last checkpoint I was on because autosave in this game is actually really good because this was back before autosave started being really bad for no reason. This is back in the days where autosave was seen as a necessary feature that if it was broken they would actually try and fix it. Now it does say 400. That's how it gets you. That's how I do it. Yes, for those of you who are Raider, well, first off, Neko, I assume you were playing Mecha Bell. What were you up to today?
4 minutes.
Was I correct about the Mecha Bell? Oh gosh. Like, if you have motion sickness, I'm so sorry if you're trying to watch this and not be upset. Because currently I'm doing a shotless run. I'm doing this only with grenades, melee, and my buddies. Yeah, so I figured out I can't actually give a command and then grenade super quickly, so I need to change the order in which I do that.
Stabilizers failing. System failure imminent.
Luckily, I'm straight pog.
Find out what's on the other side.
Oh gosh, is this guy still alive now?
Charge set.
Cat in oh, cat in the hat! Right, I've been following your progress on that a little bit. It looks like so much fun. Let's have one of you back. The seals in it speak in ooh-wees. That's awful. That sounds awful. It sounds hilarious, but it also sounds awful.
Critical systems failure. In 3 minutes.
Be right back.
Okay, we have 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. Can you die later, sir? Is crazy. Ooh, no, that's the thing. In this game, we are clone commandos. This is a Star Wars game. And this was made back in like 2005, which, if you don't know, is the time when clones didn't really have any personality. So like stuff like "Can you die later, sir?" is actually super funny.
Just through this door.
Particularly with the context that this was back when like clones that were anything other than the perfect soldier with no personality was not just a rarity, but like unheard of. Like Commander Cody was not just the archetypal clone, he was also like everything. Because they were basically clones in personality as much as they were clones in genetic trait.
Negative on that trap, Delta.
Sir, please make up your mind.
And then they sass me whenever I constantly change my mind when it comes to
Not much time left, sir.
orders. If I tell them to do something and then I immediately tell them to do something else, they'll be like, "Sir, are you alright?" Oh god. Gosh. I need someone to pick me up. The game's squad mechanics still have not been matched to this day. I'd love to see something akin to Rainbow Six Siege single player using it. That's the thing, is that I played a game called like, I think like Tom Clancy's like Ghost Recon or something, which claimed to be like, your squad is your weapon. Okay, what if I just leave my guy hacking? What if I leave Scorch hacking? He seems safe. He seems alright. It seems as though the AI has not picked up on the fact that they can go attack him. Okay, hold on to your guts while I rip out theirs. Okay, so of the personalities, we have Boss, which is 38. That's me. Very like straight-laced, very like traditional like military captain person. 6'2" is Scorch. That's the guy who's currently alive. Okay, we got the codes. Now come pick me up. He's our explosive expert. He's the one that doesn't take anything seriously. He's our jokester. He is silly. 4-0 is Fixer. That is our like by the books like military man. That is our guy who like has no sense of humor. And then we have 07, who is our like super edgy like early 2000s emo hopper.
Advance to the aft docking ring. Be advised, we're going to blast it open.
Imagine being currently alive couldn't be me. I think that is not true. I think that you are being silly. However, my biggest issue I'm running into... Oh my god, I have 30 seconds to leave. Am I gonna leave behind Sev? That'd be so funny. I don't know if I can make it out in 20 seconds. I guess I just gotta like juke around you. Luckily, my team doesn't need to make it out. I need to make it out.
10,
Clear the door.
8,
Team?
7,
Boys? Is this not it?
6,
Is this not the exit? Oh no, I went the wrong way. I see my objective marker on the bottom.
1.
Oh no, it wanted me to go that way. No! Sev will probably walk it off.
System failure.
Okay.
Come in 3-8.
Okay.
Delta squad has been eliminated.
Sev will be fine. Don't worry. We won't spend years wondering what happened to Sev and hoping that he was fine.
Delta squad on sub-level.
That would be ridiculous.
Good job, 3-8.
Alright, this is like attempt number like 8.
Affirmative.
Who would have
Move
thought
it,
that when I
Delta.
can't
The
shoot
ship has just
people,
about had it.
the game would be difficult? I actually didn't think it would be this hard, I'm not gonna lie. I thought the game would be easier. There's been a healing thing there this entire time. Okay, go boys. Actually, no, I did know about this. Never mind. You think I made it? No. Arrow Reads continues to evade us.
In 4 minutes.
What do you mean Arrow Reads evades you? Is it because I'm ignoring chat? I'll have you know, I only ignore the messages of people I don't know. Yes, that means you. Random chatter who was just like, wait, do you mean me? Yes, I do mean you. Oh my gosh. I need to stop running out into the middle of a firefight because it seems to not be... I ran into it, man. I ran into the mailman. I ran into the mailman. No, VtuberEN, you misunderstand. Just because I read your message does not mean I like you. It's just guarantee that I don't like you if I don't read your message. If I do read your message, I probably still... Oh, that's mean. That sounds mean. I promise I'm not actually mean. Yeah, so what we just did a tactical breach where my team actually breached this room and like threw in a grenade to like disrupt the enemy lines, and it's actually super cool. I love this game. Have I mentioned that? Also, when I punch people, I hit them with a knife as well, which is super fun.
In 3 minutes.
And when I hit a droid, its head pops off, and it's very funny and silly.
Hold tight, Deltas. We're almost there.
Okay, we're almost there. Okay, what I ran into last time is...
Let's form up.
I went in without healing my team because I was worried that it would take too much time. However, I think what I do is I heal 2 of them, I have the other 2 breach. Alas, our dreams of rizzing arrow dash reduced to atoms to shreds, you say? I don't think anyone here has dreams of rizzing me up. Okay. Oh, they're busy breaching. I don't think anyone here has realistic dreams of rizzing me up because it's not happening. I'm so sorry.
Come on, Deltas. Let's get those codes and get out of here. Down. Someone help them.
Okay, take out the turrets.
I'll be right back.
I'll help out 07. If I don't die.
Leader incapacitated.
I currently don't have dreams of rizzing anyone up. Well, good. I'd hope not. Particularly because you're a mod. Okay, now I know the actual direction that we have to go. Which is so funny, because I went that way, thinking I had to go that way. But it turns out, no, I didn't. But there were enemies that were spawning in that direction, which makes it so much funnier.
Abandoned position,
Okay, you're busy hacking.
On your 638.
I'm gonna run up here. I'm gonna place these mines. Where I'm just going to stun them. I'm gonna place some mines. I have one guy who's hacking. I have one guy who's sniping. I have one guy who's supporting me as I place these mines. I took out the turrets on the ceiling. I actually know where I'm going this time.
longer than I'd like.
Oh, there's a grenade over here. Oh my gosh. Luckily, Fixer has been following me. So I have one guy hacking, I have one guy sniping, I placed a bunch of mines, I have one guy who can revive me. Offensive mining operations. Listen. Listen. Those miners aren't gonna get those raw materials by themselves. Okay, 5 seconds. Sev, I know you hate being productive. I know you would prefer to like be edgy and be like, hold on to your guts while I rip out theirs. But this is what we need.
Now get yourselves out of there.
Delta squad forming up.
Oh yeah, they're just dipping.
We're approaching the core ship now. Advance to the
Come on, Fixer.
docking ring. Be advised,
Come on, Fixer.
we're going to blast it open.
They're just lining up to die.
Stand back!
Critical systems failure.
Oh, I turned away from the explosion on accident. Yeah, so this gunship just destroyed this. And my boys are celebrating. Do the psychology. Reminds me, my psychology final due Friday. I've still not done it. Yeah, you should do it. The rise of Delta Squad. While the Jedi above ground take the glory, a small squad of soldiers leaves Geonosis knowing that they accomplished their mission with courage, with precision, and with excellence. And that is all they need. So it's currently 7:30. I just completed over a year of sustained fighting has stretched the Republic's forces dangerously thin. This is after like mission 1. That was all mission 1. This is now like area 2. Delta Squad finds itself in constant demand for increasingly hazardous missions. On the outskirts of Separatist space, a missing Republic assault ship has reappeared. The veteran commanders of Delta Squad are dispatched to investigate. Now, this is a really fun section of the map. This is a really fun section of the game. Day 367 Clone Wars Chaikin cluster. This is a year later. That was day 1. That was our very first mission together.
Your next objective, the prosecutor.
Okay, so I'm pausing. It's 7:30. This is a whole nother section of the game that will probably take like over an hour and a half. So I think I wrap it up here. I think I wrap up the game at least here, because I don't want to be playing for another like 2 hours. I have editing I need to do, and it's already been like 6.5 hours, despite the fact that stream died halfway through. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to quit the program. So I was a little bit scuffed. My apologies. However, I had a really fun time playing Republic Commando. I love it. I love Republic Commando, and I feel as though it's one of those games that holds up even today. The graphics do not hold up. The squad mechanics basically do, because you have specific hard points that you can tell them to do specific stuff. You have be aggressive and go attack them. You have stay next to me. You have defend a position, and you have cancel your orders as like global squad commands. You have focus fire on that enemy. You have go do healing. Have fun editing. Holy cow, I think this is the first time I've ever seen someone play Republic Commando. The ship scared you when you were a kid. Is it just me, or did they remove the static? So I might continue Republic Commando. I was just playing a no shooting run of Republic Commando. Have fun editing, enjoy your weekend. So I'm not gonna end stream yet. I've got like at least 10 more minutes in me, particularly because like the ad's about to hit. I don't want to end during an ad. Yeah, you came right as I was wrapping up. I just ran through Geonosis. I did not fire a single shot from my blaster. I only used melee, I used grenades, and I used my teammates. And that was actually super difficult. The graphics have a charming PS2 quality to them. PS2, GameCube, that era of graphics is like my favorite era of graphics. I love hyperrealism. I love modern technology. I love all of these new stylizations of graphics. I love the blockiness of the N64. I love sprite sheets from the NES and SNES. But like, when they started being 3D with low polygons, when everything was super low res, but like earnest, I really enjoyed that. Maybe that's because I grew up on that, but like PS2, GameCube is my favorite. Oh my gosh, is my model freaking out for anyone else? My apologies. Do I have 2 instances? I have 2 instances of VC face open. I'm so sorry. That was probably taking up some memory. Oh yeah, that was the name of the stream. Not sure why that didn't register. Sounds cool. Yeah, so it'd be interested to see a proper playthrough, but this definitely felt like a challenging challenge. I don't know how I would feel about a proper playthrough, explicitly because I've already played it before. I have really enjoyed watching playthroughs of games where people know what's happening, where people are like, oh, I'm showing you this cool game I've played. Like, if I played original OG campaign of Battlefront 2, I would love that. But with like Republic Commando, this is such a story and linear experience. It's effectively a series of theaters. It's gunplay theaters, like classic Halo was. But I keep saying the characters, particularly for clones circa 2005, was super good. The plot was really just go do this thing. Oh no, something happened to disrupt you. Do this other thing instead. Ad nauseum, at repeat. It makes compelling missions. The gunplay is fun. Despite the fact that I didn't fire a single shot, you get a pistol, you get your main rifle, which you don't get a sniper and anti-armor in addition to that. You have detachable components. You have detachable components of your main weapon that you can attach a sniper scope on top of it and it becomes a sniper. You can attach anti-armor slug throwers on top of it. And then in addition to pistol, rifle with its sniping and anti-armor components, you can also have one like secondary weapon. This is that like laser gun from the Geonosians that I picked up. This is, you will see later, you can get a shotgun, which is one of my favorite weapons in the game. You can get a Wookiee bowcaster, which is like one of the strongest weapons in the game. There's like a minigun you can pick up. It's so fun. The game is fantastic in how it treated the characters, and the ending hasn't topped in Star Wars. I have gone out of my way to avoid spoiling the ending. So I think I might end up finishing this game on stream, because like I streamed for the past like 6.5 hours, but stream died like 2 hours ago. So I had to readjust. I think I can beat the rest of the game in like 2 hours, in like a stream, maybe 2 streams. Because there's 4 sections of the game, I believe. There might only be 3, because it's Geonosis, it's the Prosecutor, the final section is Kashyyyk. Is there a 3rd one I'm forgetting? I think that there might only be 3 sections. I thought there was 4. I thought there was like 4 mission theaters. But no, I love this game so much, and I haven't played it in years, which is why I was so happy to play it. But I figured since I didn't stream on Sunday or Monday, I might as well celebrate Star Wars a little bit. And they show 4 on the title card, but 1 is Camino, so there's only 4. Got it. I think there's another one between Acclimator and Kashyyyk. Prosecute her, I hardly know her. You know her quite well, Van. Well, it depends on who her is. Because if we're talking about like a proper woman in your life that you're not related to, I don't actually think you do know her. So maybe you should probably start meeting women and actually putting yourself out there instead of getting it twisted and just living in your man cave. That was so mean. I'm so sorry. Chat, can I just say this? Writing horror while having Arrow in the corner playing Star Wars games is real nice. Aw. Well, that's a shame, because this next section of the game is a horror section. They had an entire horror section of a Star Wars game, and it's actually pretty spooky. I'm thinking of a different game. Don't worry. What game are you thinking of, if you don't mind sharing? Yeah, we're currently in an ad break, so I'm so sorry if you have an ad, but I love this game. Honestly, anything Clone Wars, I will die for. One of the games I grew up on and that I played so much was, I think it's just... I actually had a couple Star Wars games that I grew up on. The one that I'm thinking of, Star Wars Clone Wars GameCube. Yeah, this cover. So let's see if MS Paint will love me. MS Paint, would you like to work, please? Thank you. You guys have to ask nicely. This game, this was a vehicle-based game where you played as different... Meeting real women, that's scary. Yes, the scabs made you nervous on replays. In Republic Commando, this whole prosecutor section is so interesting because it's so tonally different. The Clone Wars show explores horror on Geonosis. In Republic Commando, we just left Geonosis. We're not going back to Geonosis in that game. It's not really horror. It's creepy in the Geonosians. They're weird. The birthing chambers are weird. Although there was a section that I thought I remembered, or maybe it was just shorter than I remembered because like I went through the egg chambers really quickly. I thought the egg chambers were longer. On Geonosis, that's like weird. It's not really creepy or scary. The first half of the Prosecutor is played for horror. It's played straight for horror, which is super interesting. I forgot that's one of the actual few GameCube games I got after getting a controller to play them on the Wii. Yeah, so, but this game though, this was a vehicle-based game, and oh my gosh, the main menu theme, the main menu looked like this because it was, you could play the campaign or you could play multiplayer. I mostly played multiplayer because I would play skirmishes, but oh, you haven't seen that one? The Clone Wars game I grew up on was Republic Heroes. Was that the one for the Wii? Star Wars Clone Wars, Republic Heroes. Yeah, I had this game too. And I really enjoyed it because this game, so basically, this game was vehicle only. Let me actually do this game vehicle only. So like this is just vehicles. I wanted to play a game like Battlefront. I didn't have Battlefront. My friend had Battlefront, and my friend would never want to play it. So I knew about Battlefront growing up. I never played Battlefront growing up. I played it like a couple of times. This game kind of scratched that itch a little bit, but I just wasn't a huge fan of it. It didn't have the same vibes. From what I remember of Republic Heroes, this game was almost like a rail shooter. The thing that I like in it too is like Link's crossbow training, where it's you walk on a set path and with the Wii you control where you're shooting. That was the main thing of this game. Oh, right. And then you would get like rocket launchers to take on stuff. Yeah, but it was also like very cartoony. I think this was very like 2008 Clone Wars. These are like early Clone Wars. But with, oh my gosh. And then see, that's the thing with this game, with Star Wars Clone Wars, there were sections where you were on foot. And these were some of my favorite sections of the game because I wanted that more like boots on the ground experience. I didn't want to play as a Jedi though. I wanted to play as a clone trooper, which is why games like Republic Commando, games like Battlefront were so amazing to me, is because I was like, whoa. But this is I'm gonna say something and you're not allowed to make fun of me. Okay, you're not allowed to make fun of me. I would play skirmish games of this by myself because my siblings didn't want to play it. So I would just play skirmish and I would literally, oh my gosh, wait, I would literally load up. Again, you're not allowed to make fun of me. You're not allowed to make fun of me. I would literally load up skirmish matches with player 2 plugged in where I would go around playing both sides so that I would capture bases with both with player 1 and player 2 so that NPCs would spawn so that I could fight the NPCs. Yep, those were the clone quests. The Jedi quests were more puzzle and platformer. Yeah. That feeling is so real. And like, this is the sort of thing that I don't know how many kids growing up nowadays experience because everything's built for multiplayer. Everything's built for online functionality. I have siblings, but they like rarely wanted to do what I wanted to do. So I would be here like playing these games. And like, so the way this works, the way that this would work is that at least my favorite game mode would be where you have like, I don't know, you have side 1, you have side 2, and then there's a whole map. So this would have like 2 like bases in it, and then there would be like, you can't actually access this area, can't access this area. There would be bridge leading like there. There'd be a bridge leading there. And then you can also like go around, right? So there are like 4 pathways. And then what would be is like, there'd be a base there. There'd be like a base there, there, and there. And every base, much like a MOBA, would spawn NPCs that would then walk along their path. They would go fight an enemy, and then they would die. And then they would spawn new enemies. So what I would do is, as player 1, I would go around and I would capture this space, and I would capture this space. And then, as player 2, I would capture this space and capture this space. And then I would have player 1 go up and capture this space. I'd have player 2 come down and capture this space. But then I would just like double back and capture this space, whereas player 1 captured this space and then like captured this space. And then all the NPCs would be fighting, and then I would go fight the NPCs, because then it would be more of like an actual battle. All alone like a neglected puppy. I feel kind of bad for Child Hero now. No, I'm not a neglected puppy. I certainly had struggles growing up, but I found ways to entertain myself. Exactly how I remember it. Yeah. And like, this is what I would do. There were also game modes. Like there was an arena game mode, and there was pictures of it. Let me see if there are pictures of the arena game mode. Also, and Star Wars Bounty Hunter. My friend had this. He played it like once, never played it again. I wanted to play it for years. I wanted to play it, and then I found that it was on Steam, and I picked it up on Steam, and now I own it on Steam, and I want to play it at some point. I just don't know if I'll play it on stream, because I don't know how good it would be to stream. But what was it? Oh my gosh! And then like the vehicles you could have, like the Republic had this like walker. Like, did you see this? Do you see how cool this is? Like, you're in a walker, and like you can like you can grab NPCs to like regroup with you, and then they'll stay with you, and then you can like tell them to like peel off and go attack. And then like there's the clones all around, and then you're so much bigger than them because like you're in a giant mech suit. Bounty Hunter is the first game you mentioned I actually don't know much about. In this game, you play as Jango Fett, and I think it's like an art, I think it's like a mission-based third-person shooter. I think you are Jango Fett. You are told, okay, go to this place, bring this person in, and then you have to go fight them. And then once you bring them in, like IG-88 shows up. So you have to fight IG-88 in a boss battle, and then you cash them in, and then it's the next mission. I don't know much about this mission. All I know is you get the jetpack, you get like flamethrowers, you get your pistols, you get like different gear and gadgets you could do. As if it being a subpar game would stop me. I've tried to get better recently about streaming games people actually want to see, because as much as sorry about bonking my mic. As much as I care about playing random nonsense games, I recognize not everyone wants to see them. And at the end of the day, I'm doing this for you. I'm streaming for you. Also, like, do you see how here, like, there's only a sliver of green in the bottom, and most of it's like red with like some orange bits? That's because that's your health. And the blue aura around it, oh my gosh, I made Among Us. Dun 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 dun. I mentioned aura and Among Us showed up. Coincidence? I think not. Anyway, this indicates your shields is the aura, but the actual like redness indicates how damaged you are. And also, do you see these like pop marks? You took physical damage. Pog! That was like my most high-pitched pog. Pog! Your protective shield, yes. But random nonsense no one cares about is the best kind of game to show off. That is true. I just get nervous because I want people to like what I'm doing. I'd be curious, but my work schedule can make catching streams awkward. Well, joke's on you. I just made a VODs channel. So previously I was archiving VODs, and sometimes I'd release them, sometimes I wouldn't. I'm just sending them all straight to the VODs channel now. And if you want, the VODs channel is linked both on my YouTube and on my Twitch profile. So if you want to watch like the VOD of today, you can go ahead and watch it. It will just be broken up into 2 parts because my computer died halfway through. But VODs smell, you smell. Ever consider that? Hi VOD watchers. If you're a VOD watcher, Tell Vamp in the comments that they smell. And I will heart your post if I get around to it. Funny story about Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Until late in development, it was supposed to be a nameless bounty hunter, but very last minute, the higher-ups decided they had to rewrite part of the story to make Jango Fett the protagonist. Really? If I recall, there's a recent remaster of Bounty Hunter that was well received. Gotta give it a try. Star Wars Bounty Hunter remaster. Holy heck. Wait, was it a remaster? Or was it a port? Because if it was a port by the same people that did the port of Battlefront 2 by Asper, I think this is a quote-unquote remaster in the same way that there was a remaster of Battlefront 2. Maybe I have the I might have the remaster, I don't know. But basically, I don't know how well received it was. I do know that that is a developer that is known for making ports that are basically nothing more than the initial game's functionality, including all of the bugs and everything. And like they even made a streamer mode which did not remove copyrighted music. All it did was change your name. So yeah, like in Battlefront 2, if you're playing online multiplayer, you can have streamer mode so that it doesn't like show them who you are. But at the same time, when I put on streamer mode, I want to not get DMCA. I'll have to find the VOD then. Might not finish it for a while though. Also pretty sure it's port, yeah. They removed the multiplayer for Republic Commando. They removed the multiplayer for Republic Commando years ago. I have Republic Commando and I remember playing it like 8 years ago and wanting to play multiplayer, and I found some multiplayer matches. And you want to know what? In Republic Commando multiplayer, you could customize what your commando looks like. So you could change what's like armor color you had, what helmet you wore, what your pauldron was, what you had on your back, what your legs looked like, what your backpack was doing, which voice you used. Like, and you could play as Transocean, yes, which is spoilers for the rest of the Republic Commando because we didn't get to that point yet. But you could, like, it was, I think it was literally even, you would play as either the Trandoshans or the Commandos. And if you were the Trandoshans, you started with Trandoshan weaponry, which is worse than the Commando weaponry. But you could pick up Commando weaponry. Similarly, the Commandos were stuck with only the Commando weaponry, but they could pick up your Trandoshan weaponry. So if they wanted a slug thrower, a shotgun, they would have to kill a Trandoshan to pick it up. Or if they wanted a machine gun, they would have to go find one on the map, or like a rocket launcher to pick it up on the map. It was so cool. I can't remember if I played it natively via Steam and they shut that down, or if I played it on like Game Ranger. Because I remember playing Battlefront 2 and then I had to get a third-party extension called like Game Ranger or something that allowed me to have third-party publicly hosted lobbies to play Battlefront 2 with. And I played this with some of my friends like years and years ago. And then they added online functionality back into Battlefront 2, so I didn't need that anymore. So much of the unique multiplayer content in older games are gone, reduced to dust. I know. Ash to ash, dust to dust. It's crazy. Let me real quick. Who are you? Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to, so it has currently been, it doesn't look it, but it's been 7.5 hours. I'm going to actually raid into a cutie who I've rated into before, who is doing a new model debut today. Which, funny enough, I also kind of did a new model debut, but a little accidentally. So, heads up for everyone. When I checked some 4 to 6 years ago, servers were still up, but I imagine it might have been fan run since GameSpy went under. On Battlefront 2, they got added via Steam functionality. On Republic Commando, no, that died, I think, with GameSpy. Yes, so reminder to everyone, I'm not going to be streaming Saturday because I will be busy. I am going to hope to get front-loaded all of my content for this like upcoming weeks. And I will be making a post about what I said earlier at the start of the stream, where I will be taking a step back from content creation. This is not a hiatus. This is not a break. This is not graduation. I'm just lowering my input because it's just, I have schedule changes coming up, which will make it not financially viable to continue. Battlefront 2. Yeah. That also is my favorite. Okay, I'm actually going to cancel the raid real quick. I'm going to raid her soon. But I do want to talk about Battlefront 2 real quick, where Battlefront 2, for the longest time, I considered my favorite game, and its only contender was a game called Dragon Shard, which was one of the games that got me into D&D. For the longest time, my favorite games were Battlefront 2 Classic and Dragon Shard. And the only thing that changed that is that now I comfortably say those were my 2 favorite games growing up, and my favorite game is Pyre by Supergiant Games. So Battlefront 2, absolutely adore it. One of my favorite games of all time. And the fact that Battlefront 2 2020 or whatever is so controversial because of the loot boxes, because of EA, because of like the gold, triple, platinum edition, because of all of the nonsense going on with it, is a shame. It's unfortunate. But I had a great time with it, actually. Imagine you admitting you prefer Pyre of the Supergiant games. I will say with my full chest, Pyre has the best story, the best characters, and it was the most emotionally resonant. As a visual novel, I really enjoyed it. As a 3v3 Magic sports game, it is my favorite sports game I've ever played. Full stop, because I don't play sports games. It was great, but honestly, my brother played way more of it and could totally kick your butt. Yeah, and like, that's the thing. I remember playing Battlefront 2 at my friend's house when I was growing up, like on the PS2. And I was terrible at it because he had it. I didn't. He played FPSs. I didn't. And he wasn't very nice. So he would just like run circles around me and destroy me and like tease me. And he would also get upset at me if I took the hero, because what it was is that it was in Battlefront 2, when you get enough points in a game, you can play as a hero. So if you're playing on Dagobah as the rebels versus the Empire, you get to play as Yoda on the rebel side, and you get to play as Vader on the Empire side. Or if you're on Camino and you're playing clones versus droids, you play as Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Jango Fett. And my friend would always get upset at me if I ever chose the hero, so I would just give it to him because I didn't want to be a jerk, despite the fact he kind of was being a jerk. One of these days, I should actually check out Pyre. One of these days, I want to do a playthrough of Pyre. Like a full-on, straight-up playthrough of Pyre, show my chat why I'm so obsessed with it. But I want it to kind of be an event. I kind of want it to be like something special. So, but yes, so I am now that I got to talk about Battlefront 2, I am now going to raid out. Reminder, I'm not streaming Saturday because I will be busy this weekend. I'm going to try to get ahead on content these next couple days. Here's hoping, you know? I'm going to try to get ahead. If I can, I want to get a full video out next Monday, and then I want to do bi-weekly full-line videos every other week starting next week, but who knows? Be on the lookout for a post later today, and also check out the Discord if you're not on it. Check out the YouTube if you're not there, and I hope all of you have a lovely, lovely day, or night, or evening, and I hope you enjoy my new model. Or not my new model, my new outfit. Like, I don't know what I'm going to default to, but I figured I had to balance the bad news with some good news, so take care. Enjoy. Oh my gosh. Enjoy. That's much less pathetic of a voice crack.